Hi everyone, I'm Karen from Makeup and Beauty Blog, and today I've got the new NARS Spring 2016 Nouvelle Vogue collection to share with you. This video is going to be a little different from the videos that I usually do. I'm going to do a first impressions video, so as I am learning about the products, so will you. So this is a new collection for Spring 2016, and about half of it's eyeshadows and then half of it's lip products. And then there's like one lonely blush called Impassioned, which for some reason makes me think of the MAC lipstick Impassioned. It's one of my favorites, although they don't look anything alike. And it definitely feels springy to me, which I totally need right now because it's rainy, it's gloomy here where I live in Northern California, which is why, like, you may have noticed, you probably have noticed, my hair looks completely insane. I don't know if you can see, but I've got like this messy bun. It's been raining a lot. It's an El Nino year. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but so it's supposed to be super rainy here, and like I didn't even try with the hair. I like put it up in a bun and I was like, oh, it'll do what it's gonna do. So that's why I look a little crazy right now. Crazy, covered in cat hair, pregnant, you know, the usual drill around these parts. So getting back to this collection, most of the colors, there's a lot of pinks and beiges and a hint of like wine. And a little bit of rose gold too, I think. And it feels very springy to me, I guess. Kind of like something that you'd want to take on spring break, especially because of the two pops of color. Amidst all the red, the pink, and the beige, there's a blue eyeshadow and a green eyeshadow. So that adds a little bit of life and fun to it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in. I think I'm gonna start with this duo. This is called Hammamet, or Hammamet. You know, it's NARS. I never know if I'm saying things correctly, so it's always a challenge. So on one side there's a matte beige, and the other one is a bronze rose, and I'm just gonna sloosh this on my eyes, and we're gonna see where that goes. So yeah, I'm gonna do that first. Okay, so I've got Hammamet on my lids. I'm wearing the beige shade all over the lid. I use that as a base shadow, and I applied that with a tapered blending brush from lash line to brow bone. And I found this shade quite sheer. On me, it's more like a flesh tone color. I can't really see the shade itself. It's definitely more of just like an all over sort of beige shade, at least for my skin tone. I wear St. Moritz, by the way, in NARS tinted moisturizers, just to give you a point of reference. I mean, it's like a basic everyday beige. I liked how it blended out. I thought it was really pretty. I didn't see any fallout, but I don't know if it's that unique, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so the second shadow from this duo is the bronze rose color. Now that one's really pretty. It's a little bit more pink than I had anticipated. I usually don't wear this much pink on my lids. I feel like sometimes, at least without tight lining the upper lash line, which I'm probably gonna have to do, this pink can sometimes make me look a little bit tired, but I did like how, I'm looking at the mirror right now. I did love how this laid down on the lids. Like, the shadow seemed to pack onto there perfectly. It was a little frosty for my taste at first, but when I buffed it out with my tapered blending brush, I really liked how it sort of feathered out toward the edges. Together, I feel like I would have to add a little bit more up in the mix to make this a little bit more wearable to me, but if pinks and bronzy roses are your thing, this might be a really pretty one to have. Okay, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this entire video without putting at least a little bit of something on my lips because they're completely bare right now. So I'm gonna put on Vida Loca lip gloss, and this is a soft shimmering apricot. Okay, Vida Loca lip gloss. That's pretty. I think it reminds me a little bit of NARS Chihuahua, which I am currently obsessed with at the moment. I've been obsessed with it for a while, but this has a bit of that Chihuahua, NARS Chihuahua sort of feeling. It is a little bit more cool and I think more pink, but it does have that nice nude sort of vibe to it. Pretty pigmented, I must have to say. This is just one quick layer, and I just kind of like popped it on, and no lip liner, no nothing, which I like. I love those easy to wear colors. All right, onto more of the eyes. Next, I'm gonna pop on this Dual Intensity Eyeshadow. There's 3 of them. This one is Kari, or Kari, K-A-R-I. And this is, like a soft rosy pink. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna stick this just above that shimmery bronze, just to add some more depth into the crease of my eye. Okay, so Kari, or Kari. This turns out it's a lot more closely related to Hammamet, as more than, let's try that again. I'm gonna blame that one on pregnancy brain. Okay, so Kari, I think this one is a lot more closely related to the Hammamet duo than I initially thought. I thought that this would be a little bit more darker so that I could use it as a crease color to carve out deepen my crease a little bit, because my crease isn't that deep, and I was hoping to use it for more depth. But it seems like this color is somewhere halfway between these two, and it's very, the steps between the differences aren't that big, because when you see it on my lids, I've got, this shade, the rosy shade on the lids, and then this this on the lid, and this all over from lash line to brow bone, and this in the center. The variation between the 3, you can't really see that much of a difference. I feel like when you put these 3 together, you get that super kind of blown out look, which, I love. I think I'm not used to seeing myself in these colors, which is why I'm feeling a little bit, it's just different. I usually don't wear this much kind of rose. I usually wear more browns, but I do like how this sort of transitions these 2 colors together. It's a little bit more sheer than I had anticipated. I definitely feel like I had to build this up a little bit. I used, 3 or 4, maybe 5 layers in order to see it, and it's a little bit more purple, at least on my skin. Then again, my skin tends to pull purples out of certain colors. So yeah, this is pretty. I don't know if it's like something that I would wear every day, but if you like those sort of soft rosy pink colors, it might be something that you could incorporate into your everyday routine. Okay, moving on. Now let's get to the brights. The first one is this blue shade called Cressida, and when I see this, I think liner. So I'm going to apply this to my upper lash line wet, as it is a dual intensity eyeshadow. You can wear these wet as an eyeliner. Okay, so Cressida. Now this is the Shimmering Midnight Blue, and this proved to be a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be. I thought I was just gonna pop some onto my NARS, what number is this brush? 45 brush, put on a little bit of Fix Plus, and then line my eyes, and that would be that. It's a little bit more sheer than I had anticipated. So I ended up putting several, running the brush through the pan several times in order to load it up nice and good, and then I spritzed on the Fix Plus and popped it onto my upper lash lines. But in order to get this sort of brighter intensity, it took several layers. I'm talking about like 3 or 4. And there's also, you can probably see, I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on this, the underside of my eyes now looks a little bit darker than they were before. I'm really tired, y'all. You have to forgive me. I seriously, like, I don't sleep half the night. And like, I tell people I'm tired now and they're like, well, wait till the baby comes. And I'm like, yeah, then it'll be really interesting. Anyway, it's a little bit of that blue drop down to like my upper cheekbone here and underneath my eyes. So there's a little bit of fallout, and I was good about removing the excess off my brush. So just an FYI, if you're working with this, you may want to anticipate doing your eyes first and your base second. I already have my base on, so I'm just going to clean this up and then we'll move on to the next thing. Well, the camera stopped, so I think I was saying that I noticed that this had a little bit more fallout than I anticipated. So if you plan on getting to know Cressida, you may want to do your eyes first and then your base second. Okay, so next up is Tarvos, the Icy Mint. And when I see this, I think inner corner highlight. So I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this into my inner corner. Ooh. So Tarvos, this was a nice surprise. First, you know, it just goes to show you never judge a book by its cover. So I thought this was going to be meh. I mean, it's like your typical like icy green, but then I popped it into my inner corners with like this crease brush, and ooh, it's like, I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on this because I usually have a subtle hand with these things, but it seems like on camera I have to put a little bit more makeup on in order for it to show up. But this is kind of like a glistening, soft mint green. And by glistening, I mean that like when I'm looking at it here in the mirror, it almost has that like wet look to it. It doesn't, I don't mean necessarily frosty, but almost glossy and iridescent and sort of otherworldly. Like I think that this would be so pretty with like a mermaid look. If you're gonna do like greens and teals, this would be really, really nice. And I love green, so I have a soft spot for it. So yeah, really pretty, really loving Tarvos so far. And anyways, while I was at it, I started to feel a little naked on my eyes. So I added some black liner and another coat of mascara. And now I feel like all is well with the world. Okay, moving on to the next item of business is the Impassioned Blush. And this is a matte pink Orchid. I just really hope that it shows up on my skin. It looks a little light, but hey, you know, we're gonna see what happens, so let's do it. Okay, so Impassioned Blush. Yay, it ended up showing up. Yay, small victories. And I only needed one layer. I popped on 2 just because, you know, because I can. And this kind of reminds me, now that I'm thinking about it, one of my favorite matte colors of all time. It was the first matte blush I ever fell in love with, Blush Baby. It's a little less beige than Blush Baby and a slightly more pink, but it has that like beautiful fresh matte finish. And I really liked how this both applied and blended out. I didn't feel like I had to sit there and work for a really long time to take off the edges. Yeah, I think this is really pretty. I think this would be even really more prettier. Why was that so complicated? I think it would be prettier, even more prettier with a bronzer layered underneath, but so far I'm liking how this looks by itself. I think it looks really fresh and very youthful. So yay, feeling the Impassioned. Okay, so, oh, and I also like how it kind of like plays off with this lip color again, which is called Vida Loca. So Impassioned and Vida Loca together. Very nice combo, feeling that. All right, so onto the lip products. I'm gonna take this off and put on the other lip gloss, so I'll be right back. This is the second gloss in the collection. It's called Instant Crash, and it's kind of like a soft shimmery apricot, very light beige, and this is pretty sheerer than I thought it was going to be. You can see a lot of my natural color, lip color peeking through, so this might be better more as a layering gloss if you want to top something off, or if you are more into those like light beigey looks, lip looks that don't have a lot of color. If you don't like to wear a lot of color on your lips, this might be something that will suit you. I feel like I'm gonna need to layer this on top of something, probably one of the lipsticks in the collection, which, nice segue, Karen. Let's get into the lipsticks. All right, let's do that next. Okay, so on my lips I'm wearing Rose Cliff lipstick, and this is one of 2 lipsticks in the collection, and it's a soft, I'd call it cool tone, sort of beigey rose. This is 2 layers, so it took a little bit to build it up. I think it's really pretty on me. I feel like it's almost a little bit too cool. I wanted it to be a little warmer, but if you love those sort of beigey looks, this might be something that will suit you. You know what, I'm gonna throw on another layer just because I can. And I think I like this when it's built up, just because it looks more opaque. And you know what, I'm gonna throw a little bit of that light lip gloss Instant Crash on top just to see how it looks, just because I'm curious. Okay, yeah, so I'm feeling this. It's that sort of quintessential nude lip that you could probably do with smoky eyes. This might be really pretty if you use something like this, the Cressida shade, that dark blue shade that I'm wearing as a liner, and did like a blue smoky eye with this nude lip. Okay, yeah, I had a feeling this would work, and I'm liking this combo so far. All right, I'm gonna take this off, and then I'm gonna take this off. Why are you saying that on YouTube, dude? Okay, so I'm gonna take this off, put on the last lipstick, and then we'll see how that one looks. Ooh, we like it. This is Band Red. This is the last piece of the collection. This is the second of the 2 lipsticks, and I'm feeling it. Okay, yes. Hello, Dolce Vita much. This totally reminds me of the Dolce Vita lipstick, which was the first lipstick from NARS. I have a soft spot for it because it was the first lipstick from NARS that I ever fell in love with, and it's kind of got that sort of brownish, sort of red, sort of pink tone to it. This is really nice. This is 1 layer. I would not call this sheer though. So I'm looking at the mirror over here. Just let me look at this mirror so it's less weird. This is literally like the first time I'm seeing it on my lips. So it's 1 layer. It was extremely smooth, and I would say that this is semi-opaque because a good amount of my natural lip color has, like, I don't really see it coming through, and this little freckle here, I see it a little bit, but I don't see it that much. And I don't know, I just love how soft and how kind of like, how this feels like a soft and accessible sort of wine-ish, now I'm making up words, I must be kind of tired. Wine sort of with like a little bit of a red undertone. Really, really pretty. Oh, loving this Band Red. Okay, I'll put a little bit more on just for the heck of it. Okay, yeah, I like that a lot. All right, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed this quick sort of first impressions video of the NARS 2016 collection. Quick summary, I really loved this green eyeshadow, which I did not anticipate loving so much, but so pretty. Also feeling the Band Red lipstick. Woo! Oh no, is this one Band Red? Yeah, this one's Band Red. And Impassioned Blush. Okay, thank you again for watching, and if you liked this video, I hope you did. Let me know in the comments. Maybe I can do this kind of thing more often. And if you do like it, hit that thumbs up button, yes, and subscribe if you want so I can see you again. And thank you again for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.